see Benefield Trails we're entering now. Running a Fever, episode 408, Mount Magazine State Park 2025, Benefield Trail. Welcome to Running a Fever. My name is Michael Davis. This is a podcast about fitness, diet, and medicine. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life, right up to the very end. And I want to do it by loving my life as much as possible. Loving my life enough to make it last as long as possible, too. Well, got to be careful here because this is the entrance. The trailhead said Benefield Trails, which I assume they're talking about the north loop and the south loop of the trail. And it said Bear Hollow Trail also. So gotta watch for the signs. Speaking of which, it took me quite a while to find this place. I thought, well, should be about the same distance from the visitor center or the Greenfield Trail as the Greenfield Trail was from my cabin. Turns out it was. And I wound up going all the way down the mountain before I turned around. There's not very many places to turn around, as you can imagine. And there was a sign going down toward the picnic area. There was a sign on the right side, which is what I was driving on. It told you where it was. But the glare was so much at that point from the sun on my windshield, which I need to clean on the inside, that I couldn't see it. And then coming back the other way, the same sign was all they had. It was on the left side. And I missed it the first time around. But anyway, there was an overlook. I just happened to slow down at the overlook, and I saw the sign that said Benefield Trail, which is on the other side of the highway. So these trails, the Benefield Trails, cross the highway 4 times, and I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any crosswalks or lights or anything. Not that you can really go super fast, but you know, you can go fast enough to hit somebody. All right. Well, I said north and south loop. It's actually east and west loop. I don't know which is which, so I'm just going to take the west loop and we'll see how it goes. I think it's the smaller loop. Should be slightly longer than the Turkey Springs Trail, but unlike the Turkey Springs Trail, the length of this trail is the entire loop, whereas on the other trails we did, we had to go out and then come back. So if it's a 1.3 mile trail, then it's twice that, because you got to come back. It's a beautiful day here at Mount Magazine. Very windy, cold. 43 on the thermometer on the Running a Fever mobile. And very windy. Don't know what the real feel is, but it's windy. All right. looks like the signs are good because it's marked out West Loop. Well, that sign's not very good. Parking lot, Bear Hollow Trail. So we'll keep going on the West Loop. Difficulty rating on the Benefield Trail is easy. So far it looks that way. It's just a flat elevation here. I think the elevation's about 2,700 feet. So 100 feet below the top of Signal Hill Trail. It's going to go on Signal Hill Trail this time, go up to the highest point. You know, if you do something twice, it becomes a tradition, and so every time I'd come here, I'd have to do that trail. But we haven't done this one, Benefield Trail. It's easy, which is good. I mean, last time we came here, I think I was probably in much worse shape than I am now. And all I did was the Signal Hill Trail, no other hiking. And this time, I'm on my third hike of the trip already. It'll be the last one. This is the fourth in our Mount Magazine series, not counting the, I guess it's the fifth overall Mount Magazine, but the Signal Hill Trail one was on a different trip. So I don't know. So I'm doing quite a bit more this time, especially on the Greenfield Trail, which is probably as long or longer in the Signal Hill Trail. But I did realize that I didn't do the full Signal Hill Trail last time, because it goes in a loop. And there are actually two trailheads. And they're connected for a full loop. Anyway, didn't do that. I think I just went straight up and then straight back down. This is the way I came. So we may do that again to get the full experience some point in the future. Don't know if I'll come here and stay again, because it's pretty expensive. But I think a day trip is definitely a possibility. One of the main reasons I wanted to take this trail is we don't have a video of it yet, so I wanted to provide that for you and preserve it for all time. Got a pretty good pace going here. It is a easy difficulty, so it's the first easy difficulty trail I've been on here. I have to say, it looks pretty easy. Not a lot of rocks on the trail, so I don't have to worry too much about where I'm stepping. Not a high elevation or incline. There are some branches. I'm actually kind of surprised the trail's in as good shape as it is after all the high winds, but I guess the trees mercifully break the wind quite a bit, provide a barrier for that wind. So That's good, because it would be even more cold. Supposed to get down to 32 degrees tonight in Paris, I think, or Magazine, one of those little towns. So that means possibly 18 degrees up here on the mountain. See how it goes. I've got plenty of wood, but hopefully the wind will die down, because if the wind is up, I can't burn my fire. It just comes back in. See some old trees they've cut off at the top. For safety reasons, I'm sure. Well, maybe they just fell off. Doesn't look like they were sawn. Slight incline here. Slightly more rocks. And we're already coming up on the highway. Like I said, these trails cross the highway 4 times. This will be the first. On the west side. Hard to tell the difference between the sound of a vehicle on the road and the sound of the wind. Only hiking allowed. No scooters. Lots of nuts. And I don't know what type of nuts these are. Don't look like pecans, but I'm not really sure. I'll put that one in my pocket. I know a pecan when I see it. I'm clueless on any other kind of nut. I guess I know a peanut when I see it. But those are mostly domestic. Although I guess the pecan trees I've seen have been domestic as well. Mostly. And on this trail there's supposed to be blue blazes. I haven't seen any blazes whatsoever. Blaze, by the way, is just a strip of paint on a tree so that as you're walking by you can tell which trail you're on. Otherwise, you wouldn't really know. What if you got lost in the woods? You came upon a trail, you wouldn't know which way to go. Some of these trails don't loop around. So, some of the hazards of hiking. Some people, when they're hiking, they carry a device that can be tracked. So if somebody knows you're going up there, okay. We're on the Mossback Ridge Trail. And I don't know which way to go. Huh. I had to pull out the old map here. Good thing I brought this map. Mossback Ridge. Well, West Loop. I'm on the West Loop. Cross that. And went around. Looks like the Mossback Ridge maybe goes to the right. There's another trail. There's no arrow. There's no arrow on the Mossback Ridge Trail sign. But here it looks like Benefield Trail. Okay. Is that a trail or just a creek? Is this a trail? I think this trail just goes to the water, whatever that water is. I'm going to have to go down this dry creek bed here. Yeah. Well, I'm going to jog across here and just take a look. Is this a trail? Looks like it stops. Unless you want to get wet. So anyway, a process of deduction is needed here. This is probably the roughest part of the trail. Lots of rocks. Lots of big rocks. I mean, this doesn't look unlike the other trails we've been on this time. There's a lot of rocks on those as well. Okay, this is definitely a trail. Somebody's come through here and probably cut this stuff. Yeah, all right. See the road again. Oh, I don't see the trail on this side of the road. Doesn't seem to be a trail, unless I want to go up the street here. There might have been a trail there, but I didn't see one. I don't want to get lost. Got a road, might as well walk on it. Or on the side of it. Lots of nuts. No squirrels. In for the winter. I did dress a little better today. It's about the same temperature, I think, as it was yesterday. Maybe a little warmer. But with the wind, I'm sure it feels the same as cooler or cooler. So it's all ready to go. I went out to take out the trash from the cabin. And I'm like, well, I think I'll put on another layer. So I went inside, put on another layer. Now I'm pretty warm. Got my royal blue glove. I think that's royal blue. Maybe purple. My color vision isn't that great. Anyway, it's bright. Made by master knitter Henrietta Davis for me, specifically. Custom made, bespoke gloves. Anyway, I think that was the Benefield Trail West Loop. More or less. The possible detour along the road. Have to look at the map. Pretty sure you can find it online or at one of the many Arkansas tourist information centers around the state. So, hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Remember, if you got the fever, keep it, and if you don't have the fever, catch it. And I will talk to you next time on Running Fever.